Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Lebanon Board of Works meeting. Our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, call roll, please.
Sure. Right page. Mayor Gentry.
Here.
Becky McClure. Present. Bill Stoner.
Present.
Dick Robertson.
Present.
Alan Milburn.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay, now move on to the approval of the minutes for our March 14th meeting. Are there any changes or edits to the minutes? Okay, we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes.
Motion to approve is our second.
Second.
Second from Judge McClure. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, those minutes are approved. Now move on to department head reports. First up will be Police Department. Chief Morgan.
Good evening, board members. Since our last meeting, the Lebanon Police Department has responded to 585 calls for service. A total of 18 people were arrested for the following crimes: 3 for operating while intoxicated, 5 were wanted on a warrant, 5 for possession of meth, 1 for possession of a narcotic, 1 for invasion of privacy, 1 for identity deception, 1 for battery, 1 for assisting a criminal. In that same time frame, LPD took 18 crash reports, and a total of 9 handgun carry licenses were sent off to the state for final approval. Officer Jackson Bland has completed the Advanced Roadside Impaired Driving Enforcement course. That's a mouthful. This course teaches officers the skills to identify and articulate the signs of impairment related to drugs, alcohol, or a combination of both in order to reduce the number of impaired driving incidents. Crime scene investigator Colin Brandyberry recently instructed a Firearms Liaison Recertification course at LPD. Officer Tyler Winnings attended that class. Firearms Liaison receives special training on the collection, processing, and storage of firearms as items of evidence. Then the last thing I have, Assistant Chief Dickerson and I met with the bike unit in preparation for getting them out on the road and getting them patrolling. We're kind of waiting on the weather to get a little warmer before we make them go out. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief from the board?
No.
Any questions from the public? Okay. Next up will be Fire Department. Chief Batts.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, Lebanon Fire has made 144 emergency calls of service, logged 286 training hours, performed 6 commercial pre-plans, and completed 35 commercial inspections, and hosted 1 public education event. The week of March 14th, firefighters completed their annual work performance evaluation. The WPE is a timed physical aptitude test that fire. We also use it for a return to duty evaluation for extended illness or an injury. On March 16th, the tanker and crew was requested by the Plainfield Fire Territory to assist with the Walmart Distribution Center fire. We were very happy to assist Plainfield. We had a crew down there for most of the day. Last week, LFD crews participated in multiple training scenarios in the Witham Hospital Simulation Lab. Simulation Lab Coordinator Nan Hallen, along with the LFD Administrative Chiefs, created several high-impact training evolutions. The scenarios were set with a male in his mid-20s falling approximately 20 feet and impaled in a piece of rebar. Each crew had to work through the evolution with the patient ultimately needing an advanced airway and CPR. We'd like to thank Witham Hospital and Nan Hallen for this great training opportunity. We've used the simulation lab several times, and it's proved to be a great training experience each time. That's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief on the board? Anything from the public? Okay, thank you, sir. Next will be Parks and Recreation. John Messenger.
Good Good evening, happy spring. The sun's shining anyway, isn't it? Logan Banks and Anthony Western both passed their registered technician test through Purdue University. It's part of a continuing education that the Parks Department has. We'll have 2 other employees testing for the Category 3B licensing through Purdue as well this week, and wish them the best of luck. We've been working on several things with maintenance. One of them was this last week really tied us up, was a broken sewage drainage tile and repairing the sanitary sewage line. There's somebody in the audience, Dustin Shirley. I want to thank his department. He's with the electric department, always there to help us out. Subcontractor of theirs made a mistake, did some sewage damage. The electric guys were out there in the pit with us and the nastiness of the sewer, and I want to thank him. Not only does he do that, helps us with the Christmas lights, the pinwheels downtown on the square, the butterflies, hanging the Christmas decorations. I just want to say that I know I'm a paying customer at the Parks Department, or we are, but he just goes above and beyond all the time in his department, and I thank him very much for all the help they've given us. Always right there, along with Ryan at the Water Department. We're really blessed in this city. We have 2 of, there again, maintenance has been working on that. We had some drainage tile that was also broken, not the same incident, but we've been replacing it. Also been removing a few trees and brush from the trail and Abner Longley, along with Memorial Park. These winds have been terrorizing some of the older trees that are worn out. We're waiting for the grounds to dry out to finish the work. Kind of had to leave the trees because they're in tons of water right now. We've prepared all the outdoor youth fields and started work on mulching. Lastly, the restrooms in Abner, Longley, and Memorial Park have been open. Those will shut down by the playgrounds. They'll shut down. They'll be open from dusk to dawn, or dawn to dusk. There you go. There again, the other restroom by Memorial Park, by the baseball diamond, that'll be open 24 hours for the walkers that we have all hours of the night. Doing that for vandalism purposes, and if we can trust them, or as it gets lighter, hopefully we can leave those open longer, but they'll be closed at dark time. Lighting project is ahead of schedule of the November completion date. They do have a section of lights fully working and have it lit up the back portion of the park along Euland Drive. There again, they're working on the trail parts right now. Playground equipment has arrived. A crew should be out soon to start the installation, just hoping for some better weather. That should be completed by Memorial Day. Pickleball court repair was supposed to be this week. The temperatures just aren't conducive to the material we're using, so we will go ahead and wait until Monday of next week. Unfortunately, our leagues are starting Tuesday, Wednesday, I think, of next week. We'll work around, but they'll get their games in. We'll work it out somehow. Calumet's begun to work on the Big 4 Trail. You'll see some temporary closures of street as work progresses. Bowen is working on the storm drain and infrastructure located at the southeast side of Abner Longley Park. We only have a few dates left for our pool parties this year, so if you want to book, I think there's 2 in June left, so if you want to do that, please jump on that. We have announced our Spring Break Fitness Challenge. Everyone that completes the challenge should stop by the park office to receive a prize. More details are posted in the park social media. And there again, you can pick up that at the park office, all those great surprises that you get for all your workouts. Our Spring Pickleball League is still open for registration. 6 different divisions are offered: men's, women's, co-ed, doubles, women's doubles. There again, registration will close on April 7th. Our Easter egg hunt will be held on Saturday, April 16th. The first hunt will start at 10:30. Age groups are 2 to 4, 5 to 7, and 8 to 10. Hope to see you there. There again.
It's not an overstatement, right, John? The millions of eggs?
Whatever Zionsville has, we have 5 more than Zionsville. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
I know in the past we've had to call and register. I mean, it wasn't necessary, but
No,
we don't need to do that?
No, that is not necessary. You
Okay.
know. Nice to know, but
I know.
we're going to have zillions of eggs, so
Yeah.
it'll be good for everybody. Thank you.
Thank
though.
you.
All right, any other questions for John? Anything for the public? Okay. It is spring break here this week, so we don't have any engineering, planning, street department, or communications reports, so we'll have a little bit shorter meeting tonight. So we'll get an update of those at our next meeting. That concludes department head reports. We'll move on to old business. I don't have anything on my agenda. Is there anything from the board? Okay, move on to new business then. First item up is a road closure request for the Megan Hamerly 5K. Matt Wilson?
Good evening, I'm Matt Wilson, Executive Director of Boone County Mentoring Partnership. I've brought along Julie Conley, one of our board members, for the Megan Hamerly Memorial 5K. Before I get into that though, I've been meaning to express my appreciation for John and the Parks Department. In my spare time, I coach at the middle school and the high school. Last summer, they allowed us to create a cross-country course at Abner Longley. And they were just very accommodating. Turned out to be a great course. We were able to host the Sagamore Conference, and it went over so well that all the middle school ADs determined that they want to host it again at Abner Longley Park. So, and with all the updates and changes, we're confident that it's going to look better and be an even greater event. So, thanks, John. On Saturday, May 7th, 2022, we are hosting the Megan Hamerly Memorial 5K again. Our race time starts at 9, and so we are requesting road closure for between 8 and 10:30. I've got a map here. Can I go ahead and...
Absolutely, yeah, you should put it on that overhead there. Yep. Be able to get in the back there.
So, what we have here, the primary place where we've had a road closure was on Grant Street, between Tiger Way, Recertification, and the T there at the middle school. Last year, we really didn't have any issues at all with traffic, and Major Scott Hood was available to help set up the barriers and take them down with relative ease. The one area that we did notice where there was some traffic congestion was at the four-way stop at North Outer and Hamelin. But we're working with, I've been in conversation with Major Hood and about having an officer there specifically to direct traffic during that time. So I think that's about, I've been in discussions with the school, the Little League. There's nothing going on with Little League. I've already talked to the street department as well about the barricades. That's about it.
And to clarify too, it's not a rolling closure, it is a full closure just during those couple hours during that race?
I believe last year there was so minimal traffic that
Wasn't a problem? Okay.
along Grant that we allowed vehicles to go through there as long as there wasn't heavy amount of runners or,
Okay.
or walkers.
Okay.
8 to 10:30, or you need to close from 8 to 10:30?
Close around between 8 and 8:30. The race will begin at 9, and by the time all the walkers are done, it'll probably be about 10:15, 10:30.
Okay.
So,
Bill?
It is on a Saturday, so there shouldn't be that much traffic.
correct.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board? Okay. I would entertain a motion then to approve the road closure request for the Megan Hamerly Memorial 5K as presented.
I would move that we approve the request for the Megan Hamerly 5K as presented.
Okay. Second. Motion and a second from Dick. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
What was the
oh,
date
sorry,
again?
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
May 7th.
Thank you.
Saturday, May
Saturday.
7th.
Got it.
It's the
Thanks.
weekend of Mother's Day. You can still sign up.
Is,
It's a family event.
if you want to give a little plug, how do people register for it, anything like that?
Yeah, go online, or put this on here too. The links there at the bottom, or you can scan the QR code,
Okay.
and it'll take you directly to the link. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me as well. And it's on the park website.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. Just wanted to give you a little chance to get a little plug in there if you wanted, so.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you, Matt, and I'm sure it'll be another great event like usual. All right, next item up is a surplus item request from the Lebanon Police Department. Chief Morgan? I guess Bill, too, on this one?
Yeah.
Chief or Bill, either one, take it away.
Go ahead, chief.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Chief.
You can go.
I assume all of you have seen the picture that Mr. Stoner took for me of the stuff.
The bird's nest of wires?
Yes. A lot of this stuff has been in there. It's not just from the last set of cars we got, or the cars before that. It's been in there for a while. We're trying to clean house and open up some space. And some of the stuff I look at, I don't know what it is. But a lot of it is like the old computers we had, the mounts for them that won't fit the new computers, won't fit the cars we have. Same with printer mounts. And then, 3 foot of wire that went to something is in this.
Right.
So anything that could be used, we took out. And even if we could use it on the golf cart or our UTV, we're going to do that. Some of the lights that are like 12 years old that still work, we're talking about putting them on our golf cart.
Okay.
So most of it is junk.
There is more than 4 boxes.
Yes.
That's the only 4 I took pictures.
Yeah. If you look in the back of the picture, there's a couple back there. Grand total is probably about 10 boxes. and
Right.
stuff. But like I said, some of this has been there for 12 years.
And it really has no value. It's
No.
salvage.
Yeah.
Okay. Bill, anything you need to want to add to that?
No, I don't have anything. I'd make a motion, we approve the surplus equipment.
Yep. We have a motion to approve the surplus equipment. Second?
Second.
Further discussion? Dick, you all right?
Nope, I'm good.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Bill.
Yep.
For going through all that stuff. Spring cleaning, I guess, is in the air. All right, next up is, that concludes what I have for new business. Is there anything from the board?
Nope.
Okay, we'll move on to claims then, and we'll entertain a motion concerning the claims.
I make a motion, we approve the claims.
Motion to approve the claims. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alan. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Claims are approved. Any announcements or discussion from the board? Any general public comment? Okay, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Judge. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we are adjourned. The city council meeting will be up next.
That's
The
good.
next Board of Works meeting will be Monday, April 11th at 5:30.
April 11th.
Right.